Hey everybody, welcome back. I just wanted to talk about the recent election of Joe Biden. Yeah, it was a pretty exciting election. I kind of went back and at first, I predicted it was going to be close, and it was for a while. It took a few days to make the decision. At first, it looked like Joe was going to blow Trump out of the water because they had announced all the blue states that Joe had won, and then all of a sudden they started, even though Joe was in the lead the whole time, it got to be more neck to neck. The crucial states, all of a sudden, I was kind of getting nervous because the crucial states, the ones that were worth like the most points, with the exception of California, Joe had already won, but Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, it was really weird at first because then all of a sudden they had announced a lot of the Midwest states that Trump had won, and it looked like it was going to be neck to neck. Uh, he won most of the Midwest, and then it was still kind of up, even though Joe had the lead. I was thinking, oh man, if Trump wins these crucial states, he could win the election. So it Biden actually blew Trump out of the water, but it could have been a lot closer had Biden not flipped those states. But yeah, Biden, it was interesting, like Wisconsin, Michigan. I think, Pennsylvania. I didn't think there was any chance Biden was going to win Pennsylvania. I mean, that's where he's from, Stratton, Pennsylvania. But he was behind at one point by like 15%. Like, oh man, there's no way he's going to win Pennsylvania. But he turned that around, and I don't know if they. Oh yeah, he turned Nevada around. I forget what happened with. I don't know. Does North Carolina? They still don't. It looked like Trump had a slight lead in North Carolina, and then yeah, Biden won Pennsylvania. And then did he also win Georgia too? I'm not exactly sure. I know Trump. It was kind of like neck to neck in Georgia too, but yeah, it's going more. I'm glad it's going. It looks like people are being adults about this. It's going more smoothly than I expected. Um, People aren't, both sides. It seems like people are being adult. I know at least like out here in some people are. That's the only thing I'm hearing about is some Republicans are pushing for a recount because they think that's the only thing I'm hearing about is voter fraud. So at least out here, like the Phoenix area, there's a lot of protesting going on, and of course, people are out there without masks on, and cases are starting to rise again big time out here. You're talking about could be a deadly amount of cases, like we haven't seen the worst, at least in Arizona. People are predicting that, over the next couple months, we could see the worst of the COVID that we've seen out here. So we'll see what happens with that. I sure hope not. I've really had enough of it, but. All in all, I wasn't going to be unhappy. This is probably my last, since the election is over. Now I can finally, I don't really enjoy that much talking about political news, even though it's been on my mind so much with this upcoming election. But I'm glad now the election is over. I can put politics or political news to rest, and nothing really to say about inauguration day. We all know what's going to happen. I guess that was the one thing I was wondering about, and what happens if Trump refuses to leave the White House. But I guess they've got some policies in place that if he refuses to leave, that he'll be arrested. Yeah, the only thing I do wonder about is if Trump is going to be brought up, because you can't arrest a sitting president, but there's all these allegations that he's involved in all sorts of crooked things. All these women that came forward that said that they were sexually assaulted by him. So we'll see what happens with that. And like one of my friends said, if the statute of limitations hasn't expired, he could be in some deep water once he gets out and is not a sitting president anymore. So yeah, inauguration day will be something else. Can't wait to see how many people turn up to that. But yeah, since now the election's over, I'm just so relieved, and I think a lot of people are relieved either way. I had said I wasn't going to be. I mean, I was going to be disappointed that Trump got reelected, but I said to myself, I'll move on. I'm not going to let it, control my life and dictate how I feel for the next 4 years. A lot of people said like, oh, I'm voting for this candidate, or I'm voting for Trump, I'm voting for Biden. But a lot of people I talked to did say, somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. I'll accept it as it is. I'm not, I'll be disappointed. I'll be a little upset for a couple days, but then I'll just move on. There's nothing that you really can do. And yeah, I'm happy that Biden won, and But even if Trump won, like I said, I would have been disappointed, but I would have moved on and I wouldn't have let it, ruin my life. That's the way I feel about it. And it looks like a lot of other people are feeling, the same way. Um, some people, even Trump supporters, were saying, like, yeah, maybe it's just time for him to go. Maybe he's just too much of a loudmouth, too much in your face. And, a lot of people, including myself, well, I mean, I'm myself included, but, a lot of people, even Republicans, were saying, like, oh, I'm just so tired of hearing people bitch about Trump all the time. Like, yeah, I am too. And, I mean, I'm sure people always complain about a president, but it's not going to be at the extreme that we saw it. So, yeah, I'm kind of glad that, I mean, myself included, but not too bad. I don't really bitch about politics a whole lot to people. But yeah, I got so tired of, Facebook, just people just bitching about Trump all the time and people bitching about the people that bitching about Trump all the time. So I'm glad it's over and hope you're all doing well, having a happy Monday. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all real soon with another great video. More great content to come. Talk to you all later. Bye. Take care.